How y'all doing? I'm going to do another movie review. This is for a horror movie called Titanic 666. This came out last year. This is actually a Region 2 copy because they weren't smart enough to release it over here, even for the 110th anniversary of the sinking, which was last year. So this was done by Tubi and the Asylum. Let's face it, the only ones that are going to have the balls to do something like this, because we all know liberal Hollywood, they're too busy worrying about offending people than they are putting out a good product. So anyway, I watched this. This is actually a really good movie. So it's set in, of course, the year 2022, which was last year, and they're selling the Titanic 3. Yes, there's a movie called Titanic 2. More on that later. Um, they sell the Titanic. Freaking shit happening around here. Um, anyway, they sail the Titanic 3 the same course as the original Titanic, and they have artifacts from the original Titanic on the ship. But a guy that owns the artifacts decides that he's going to get greedy and sell them, so they have a woman on board that puts a hex on them that causes the spirits from the original Titanic to rise up and haunt them. They're basically like, I'd say, sort of a cross between ghosts and zombies. They're actually, see if you can see the picture there. They're actually pretty interesting looking. It's different. It's not, copying what everybody else would do. I don't. I think some of the people that watched the movie didn't understand that concept, but some people you just can't please. But anyways, it's really interesting. It goes to show that revenge can happen even from beyond the grave. So it's interesting to see those the spirits of the Titanic, rise up and wreak havoc on people that have basically are profiting off their deaths. I don't believe in that. It's just like when somebody dies, everybody tries to make money off of it. Case in point, Dale Earnhardt, when he died, people were jacking up the prices on his cars, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's like the person's dead. It's like, you charge more for it than it's worth. Not that granted, Dale Earnhardt is the best. I mean, he is racing. I mean, the reason NASCAR grew to what it became is because of him. I mean, he would actually take the drivers aside, and he would tell them and say, "Hey, don't sell off your name." This is a little off topic here, but have control of your name. Don't let them lead you down a bad path. And he's the one that really got the merchandise thing rolling. Because before that, you had your little trinkets here and there, but it wasn't what it is now. And because of him and his partnership with Jeff Gordon are why we have all kinds of merchandise today. It's because he taught those other drivers how to how to pattern their name and make money off of it, and not let somebody, take basically rip them off, basically. So, but that's kind of what's happening with a lot of other things, though. But anyways, back to the movie. So this stars. It's hard to read here. Well, again, this is Region 2. This is actually from Germany, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time reading it here. Yeah, Keisha Sharp, Lydia Hurstman, and Annalane McCord, if I'm pronouncing that right. Of course, produced by David Michael Latt. That's the main producer for The Asylum. But, yeah, this is a really good film. Um, Again, you can only get this if you have a Region 2 DVD player like I have, or an all-region Blu-ray player or an all-region DVD player. Or if you're over in Europe, obviously you can get it and play it without a problem. Now, one thing I do like about this, or well, there's actually a lot that I like about it, but one thing I would like about this is like it should have been a little longer. I mean, 87 minutes is kind of short. For this is like this is the first Titanic horror film we've ever gotten, folks. At least to my knowledge, anyway. I mean, I usually stay on top of things like that, so I can't really stress enough that it should have been longer because there was so much more you can do with it. But it's interesting for our first one. Like I said, the special effects are good, considering the companies obviously don't have tens of millions of dollars to work with. But sometimes you don't need that. I mean, I've seen plenty of movies that they have a budget of $100 million, and guess what? They still suck. So what the hell's the damn difference? A lot of those DC Universe movies are proof of that. Look at all the money that goes into those, and a lot of them suck. And I'm a DC guy. I wish this was in Region 1 too, because I would own both. I don't mind owning multiple copies of a movie that I like. Oh yeah, I was going to address a little bit on the Titanic 2. Okay, so the Titanic 2 film came out in 2010, which depicts the Titanic 2 sailing the same course, again, as the original Titanic. So, it was filmed in 2010, but it's obviously set in, 2012 for the 100th anniversary of the sinking. And, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but something happens where, well, let's just say it involves a tidal wave hurling an iceberg. There was some controversy about that because they said how fast a tsunami or tidal wave can go, and a lot of people don't understand that they can move. When they say they can move 500 miles an hour, that's not, exaggeration. It does happen. You can look this up. It is accurate. A tsunami can move almost as fast as a jet plane. So, I mean, it tossing an iceberg at a ship like the Titanic 2 is really not that out of the question. Case in point, they're supposed to be building a real Titanic 2. I haven't heard anything about. They seem to be being hush-hush about this, but again, it's supposed to look like the original Titanic for the most part. It's supposed to sail the same course, and being built by some. I think the company was called the Blue Star Line or something like that. So, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing how it looks, but sorry, my hands are a little low. Would I go on it? That's debatable. That's debatable to say the least. But maybe. I don't want to say no, and I don't want to say yes. So somewhere in between. Hi, Raven. Bye, Raven. My black cat. Yeah, she's a little weird. Yeah, the only extras this has is the trailer. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry if you can't, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. But you can watch it on Tubi, as far as I know, because that's where it originally aired. Like I said, it was a joint effort between Asylum and Tubi. Um, as far as I know, it's on Tubi. I mean, it's been a while since I looked at the movies on there, but I assume that it's still on there. But, anyways, I'll have more movie reviews for you soon. I think the next one I'm going to do at some point is going to be for that 1993 film, The Halloween Tree. I actually meant to do that sooner, but wasn't able to, so I'm sorry. Some banging outside. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll see you all next time.